Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We're going to give it 2 more minutes. We got 10 now. Good afternoon, everybody. We're Central, right, Tracy? Central Standard Time?
Yeah.
It's almost 3 o'clock. In Alvin, Texas, the weather is partly cloudy. We know the sun is out there somewhere. It's just not shining very bright right now. I'm waving to you guys. We're going to give it another minute. Try to get this room filled. Again, hopefully you guys are doing well today on this Thursday afternoon. Hey, Don, how are you? Got a special guest with us today, Mr. Tracy Greer. He's just standing by, just ready to get to know you guys a little bit more, or help you to get to know him a little bit more. How about that? I'm waving, so we got another 60 seconds or less. Thriving Thursday. I like that. Absolutely. Thriving Thursday. Thank you, Robin. It is certainly thriving. And in some cases, thrilling. Right, Tracy? In the construction world, it's always a thrilling experience every day. Every day is a thrilling experience. Thriving Thursday. I like that. Tracy, we need to make note of that. And we're going to dub this day, according to Robin, Thriving Thursday. How about that? All right, guys. It is now 3 o'clock. Welcome. As I mentioned, I got 13 live right now on IGTV. This is America's Home Place, Building on the Budget. And I'm your host, Lowell Pennock, here in the Alvin, Texas location, the Alvin Showroom, which is just south of Houston. It takes us about, 20 minutes to get to Houston, Texas? Yeah. Not kind of on the outskirts. But anyway, in our installment today, I have a special guest. His name is Tracy Greer. And I have the distinguished pleasure and honor to work alongside of Mr. Tracy Greer. He is our project manager extraordinaire. He has tons of experience, and I want him to tell you a little bit about who he is and how long he's been in the industry. And after he's done, we're going to do just not necessarily a long list of questions and kind of Q&A from his perspective in terms of understanding the roles of a project manager. And if you have any questions along the way, I'll try to jot those questions down and shoot it at him or shoot it to him at the appropriate time. So without further ado, I'm going to reverse this camera and let you guys meet your special guest today. But before I do that, let me get some more waves in, Tracy. Hang on a second. All right, Mr. Tracy, you are live.
Hi, everybody.
All right, Tracy, why don't you tell our IGT viewers a little bit about who you are, how long you've been in the industry, what you love about it, whatever you want to talk about. Why don't you just shoot it?
I've been building since 1983, so that's when I started. Came out of the grocery management business to move into home building. My brother and I, as teenagers, had worked for a custom home builder, and it's kind of got into our blood. And now all 3 of my brothers were all in construction and home building or multifamily construction, remodeling. We're all 3 doing it. So I've worked for several major builders in the Houston area since '83. Worked for a small builder here in Alvin for 23 years. So,
wow.
Working in subdivisions and doing build on your lot. And now I'm with America's Home Place for going on 4 years now, a little over 4 years. And love and build on your lot. That's what I love to do. I like the different projects. I like the different things you get into.
Never a dull moment.
Enjoy getting on the road, and there's never a dull moment. the time flies.
Time flies.
So that's a little bit about me.
Okay.
I'm a college graduated from University of Houston with a business administration degree. So not construction. Everything I've learned out here. So
it's called an applied science, right?
yeah.
Well, let me pause just a little bit just to remind the viewers that if you are interested in finding out more information on what it takes to actually build on your property, build on your land, build on your acreage, build on your lot, and you don't know which office to contact, please type in our website, americashomeplace.com, punch in your zip code, and it will give you the office that's nearest your location. Hang on just a second. Do y'all have any other branches other than Yes, we do. Please go to that website, _Tyler, www.americashomeplace.com. Punch in your zip code, and it will give you the nearest location that's nearest your property. Absolutely. Okay, Tracy. Before we go into the roles and responsibility of a successful project manager, just give the viewers just why are you in this? Why do you enjoy doing this? I know you mentioned a little bit of why you're in this industry, but what do you enjoy? What's truly satisfying to you as a project manager?
Well, doing this for 36 years, you gotta love it, or you wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
But I've always enjoyed the creative aspect of it. Every job's different. There's no cookie cutter things that we do. It's just every day's something new, a surprise, a challenge, but really the creative aspect of it, taking something from dirt to finish, somebody's home that a family's going to get raised in. I can drive by complete subdivisions that I've built most of the homes in, so there's a satisfaction in knowing that you've helped a lot of people. So.
Okay, man. Well said. Well said. Well, let's get on to it. I know our viewers got things to do in their life, and we don't want to hold up their time and we want to give them good information that they can take with them to learn a little bit more about America's Home Place and a little bit more about what project managers do for America's Home Place, partnering with America's Home Place as we build people to build houses for families to build homes. Hang on just one second. So, Tracy, being an effective communicator is critically important to a project manager's role. So how does effectively communicating in your current position at America's Home Place help you to manage each of the job sites that you are that you're supervising?
Communication is most of my day, so I'm dealing with vendors, suppliers, I'm dealing with subcontractors, dealing with our homeowners that we're building for, calling back here to the office to get them to help me on things. My day is spent on the phone or late at night on the computer, so very important communication to keep the ball rolling, and it's just the key to everything. So, okay. But especially letting our homeowners know what we're up to, where we're going with their project. They appreciate all the updates that we give them, and they know that we're on top of their jobs. So.
Again, we build people to build houses for families to build homes, and part of that requires effective communication. And I would like for you to expand a little bit on that, Tracy, when you say that we stay in tune and in contact with our homeowners while the home is under construction. What are some of the things that you do in terms of keeping our buyers, our homeowners, informed as to where we are within the construction phases?
Well, we're constantly talking to them on the phone. Usually the homeowners all have my phone number, so if there's ever any issue that comes up or any question that they have, they know they're free to give me a call. But we do set up times, at least a couple times a week, where I email them or text message them, let them know where we're at on the schedule, where we're going on the schedule, just keeping them updated so they know that we're progressing and how we're going to what's going to happen next. But yeah, just
keep them up. Okay, so email, text messaging, and the other thing that I've seen and I've heard from our homeowners that you do specifically is you send them pictures of progression stages as their house is being completed.
They love the pictures, so they speak a whole lot more than the words. So,
Right.
yeah, every time we're out at the job site, snapping pictures, sending it to them, letting them know that, hey, I'm here, I'm looking today, but here's what your house is looking like. A lot of the buyers aren't available to go out there all the time and see their houses under construction. And some of the buyers are there every day. They live close, but
Or even live on site.
or on site, yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, I like to send them the pictures just so they can document it. A lot of them put photo albums together of the house from dirt to finish.
Right.
So I like to supply them with those pictures because that's a neat thing to do.
All right. Thank you so much, Tracy. Being organized is also one of the fundamental importance or important key roles that a project manager should want to strive for in their everyday business. How is being well organized? Because I've seen your binders, Tracy. You have a slot for every homeowner. Everything that it takes to build that house, what we do on the front end, you have it on the back end in your binder in the back of your vehicle. And plus, we have smart technology too as well, where we have our apps on our smart devices so that we have access to all of the contract documents. Yeah, he's a project manager, guys, so phone calls are not abnormal at this time of day. So tell our IGTV viewers a little bit about your organization, organizational skills, and how it's helped you build people's homes.
Well, I've seen a lot of people come and go in 36 years of building, and most of the ones I've seen go in the building business couldn't stay organized, and it just kind of overwhelmed them. So I'm old school, so I like a paperwork trail, and I like that paperwork with me on the job site. Like Lowell was saying, though, we also have a lot of neat apps where we can actually pull a lot of that stuff onto our phones, and I can see it. But I'm still a paperwork guy. I'm too old. So,
Is it you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or the other way around?
Well, a lot of when it comes to some of that technology stuff. But yeah, I like it. A lot. Take my notes. Keep a notepad with me at all times. I'll be making notes as the day goes on, and when I sit down in the evenings, and then I can hop on my laptop and shoot my emails out and keep track of my progress on the houses. But yeah, and every one of my buyers is in there.
All right. And another question, or another attribute to a project manager that is on point and on target with what the company requires from each of our project managers in our servicing locations. And part of that is understanding applicable codes, zoning ordinances, OSHA requirements, and other legal restrictions. How important is it for a project manager, and specifically you, to keep up and up to date with building codes, zoning ordinances, OSHA requirements, and legal restrictions?
It's important in dealing with the different entities that we deal with. I mean, I'm not an expert in all the codes, but I try to learn what the ones are that our different entities that we deal with are most interested in. Obviously, in all of our houses, every city that we deal with is going to have different dated codes that they go by, electrical codes. And our electricians are aware of those things. But just as a good start on all of our projects, meeting with the different cities, meeting with the inspectors, just talking to them about what are the codes they go by, so I can make sure my plumber, my AC, my electrician all know which dated codes we're going by. And then just finding out from them what are their hot button items.
Right.
What are the things that they're going to be looking for every time, and sometimes those aren't necessarily code related. They're just
preferences.
Yeah, they're just preferences with the individual inspectors. So, so just having that understanding in all the different areas that we deal with, and we do build in quite a few of the cities down here, besides just building out in county areas. So,
right.
So yeah, it's getting to know your inspectors and sitting down with them and just talking to them about it. So
okay, good, and we also do lunch and learns with our independent trade contractors to make sure that they communicate to us what's also coming to a theater near you, if you will, in terms of code updates and stuff like that. So we stay informed. I mean, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And the more knowledgeable a project manager is, the better informed you're going to be as you go through the construction phases within the said construction process. Now, one of the things, a key important role of a project manager is scheduling. So with that prefaced, understanding various scheduling theories and methodologies is important. And so why don't you tell our viewers on IGTV, your scheduling preferences and how you schedule your trades, and how do you get that guy to show up, and when he doesn't show up, how do we recoup and regain speed to continue moving the project along?
Well, a lot of scheduling is knowing your trades, knowing their abilities, knowing what their crews can do and can't do. A lot of it just gets down to you knowing your trades in terms of timing, when one guy can be done and when another guy can be moving in. Again, that's something that comes with experience. So the other part of it is just getting to know how your different trades operate. Sometimes they get behind. We've gotten to where now we send out weekly schedules to our trades, and we just show them. Oh, Lowell wants me to show you that.
Hey, man, that is the production schedule. That's the Bible. That's the Bible.
That's our written schedule, which
Right.
I update every week, and we send out every Monday to our independent trade contractors. That way they know what I'm planning to do. And as we like to tell them, that is a plan. So
Right.
They know that there's a date in there that I expect them to be doing something, and they're supposed to call ahead of time and make sure that I'm going to be ready for them on that date. But that way we keep the job moving. They're aware they have some time to be able to schedule materials that they may need, and just to make sure that they move their crews around to where they can be available on that date. So that's been highly effective. And we've just here recently started doing that. So
It's a great implementation tool that we
it's
use.
just putting something in front of them every Monday that they can say, okay, this is what Tracy wants this week. And it goes a couple of weeks ahead of time, so they can see a little bit ahead where we're going. So
Okay. Well, another big piece to a project manager's success here at America's Home Place, and I'd like to take this moment for the viewers that will be sharing this video or be viewing this video at a later time, that if you are interested in speaking to someone at America's Home Place, go to our website, americashomeplace.com, punch in your zip code, and it'll pull up the nearest location that's nearest your property that you're planning to build on, and get the phone number, and we'll be more than happy to help answer and field any questions that you have with respect to building on your property. And going back to what I was saying just a few seconds ago, another big deal for project managers to be familiar and use established supervisory and motivational techniques to motivate all employees, suppliers, and ITCs, which are independent trade contractors, to peak performance in quantity as well as cleanliness. One of the big threes at America's Home Place focus, and Tracy knows this, is having the cleanest job sites in the industry. And even though we're not there yet 100%, we're changing the face of the culture with our independent trade contractors so that they're more cognizant and aware of why a clean job site is so important. So how do you motivate and hold our independent trade contractors and suppliers accountable to recognizing that this is a peak performance that we expect out of each of them?
Well, the best thing that we can do is when we're out on the job sites, taking our pictures for our buyers so they can see how their home is progressing. I'm also snapping pictures of what that job site looks like, sending them to my independent trade contractors who have just been there,
right,
and going, I don't like what I'm seeing, or keep up the good work. This is what you ought to be doing. But yeah, it's something that you've got to be in front of them every day, because they have several different crews. Some of the crews get the message about how we want to be clean, and some of the crews don't. So it's a culture,
It's a culture.
and we're trying to create the culture in their company also.
Exactly.
not just our company, but trying to get them to get that culture of
Embrace it.
I just sent an email message out to a trim guy the other day and told him, you need to be doing this stuff, not just for me, for all the builders that you work for.
That's right.
And so incorporate this into when you're talking to your crews, how they need to clean up after they get done with their job. So, it's 36 years of doing this. I know how hard it is
Yeah.
to try and get trades to clean up after themselves.
Right.
But we're working on it. I mean, that's something that we really care about.
So it's a work in progress.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, Tracy, we are at 3:19, so we've extended our time here. But before I flip this camera back around in closing and make my closing remarks, what's one takeaway that you could give a potential homeowner that's kind of on the fence? This is something that has been vacillating in their heart and their mind, and they're just not quite sure if they're ready to take on the responsibility of going through this arduous process. What would be some of the things that you would tell them to kind of ease their pain a little bit, and from a project manager's perspective, that will help them understand that they're not in the process alone?
Well, that's the key to my job is to make sure that process goes smoothly and easily, and that my customers stay informed every step of the way. And I think you can talk to several of our people that have bought houses from us that they heard horror stories about how the process was going to be, and certainly maybe it is with some other builders, but we really go the extra mile in the communication, constant, getting our buyers involved, taking the steps to make sure that it goes as smoothly as possible. There's always going to be little hiccups, but again, that's what you hire us to do. That's what we're here to do. And there's not too many things in 36 years that I haven't seen, too many hills we haven't climbed.
That's right.
And difficulties that we've overcome. So it can all be done, and we just want to earn your trust that we're capable and we know what we're doing, and we'll make the process as easy as possible.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Hey guys, it's really just that simple. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. We're here to work with you and to partner with you in building your next or your new forever home. And project managers are a critical, important ingredient in making that dream come to fruition. So, again, go to our website, americashomeplace.com, punch in your zip code, and it will give you the location that's nearest your building site. We're here to help. We're here to help. We're here to build people, to build houses, for families to build homes. So until next time, guys, if you have any questions, you're not being able to ask those questions today, please flood our inbox. We instant message. We're here to help, and we're here to help advise you and provide you with the information that you need to make a solid, bona fide decision in who you're going to choose to be your next forever home builder, and we want to be that builder. So as I always say, thank you for viewing. I will catch you guys in the next installment. Perhaps, Tracy, what we'll do the next time, we'll probably talk about site work and site improvements and what to expect there. A lot of homeowners don't really take into consideration what it takes to actually develop the site. So maybe next time that'll be our next installment, okay?
That'll be a good one.
Until the next time, guys, you guys have a great day. Again, I'm your host, Lowell Pinnock. I'm here at the Alvin, Texas location. I look forward to seeing you guys on our next broadcast. Take care.